Firstly, could you ask yourself, why are you here? And in spite of everything, you have chosen to be here at this moment. Are you aware? Why? Until now, about philosophical counseling and thinking competencies, and beyond that, from the moment of your engagement with our platform, Unlocking Practices, what have you noticed? What have you learned? What have you internalized? And honestly, from all those, which wisdom is yours? Or which knowledge expresses itself through your behaviors, choices, and communication? Are you aware? Are you choosing to practice them priorly? We are learning and learning, yet in the process of putting theory into practice, at what stage are we? As long as you don't practice and don't lead yourself correctly to try and to be here, to develop these competencies and to master in philosophical counseling and practices, I cannot do it for you. Some people come to trainings and expect something like a magic wand. Could you understand? You know, there should be a magic pill, and let me get through. Let me enlighten. Let everything I have read become life. It may sound a little funny. Hence, there is a magic pill. There is a magic wand. But it is you. It is totally up to you. You are life, isn't it? Your thoughts, your emotions, attitudes, reactions. Life is a choice. By being here, there is only one thing I can offer you: to gain a clear vision of the choices necessary for you to achieve what is best for you and for the fulfillment of your ideals, enabling you to reach the highest potential. Because for every choice, there is a consequence. For every cause, there is an effect on here and now. It is easy to choose the old, although it's painful. It is easy to choose what's familiar. Even the brain has been conditioned by that. Emotions are according to that. Chemistry is according to that. That's a habit, actually. To start making new choices is hard for all of us. I understand that. At the same time, I know how valuable to make an effort. Life itself and one of its methods of teaching. If we consider life as a school, one of its curricula is teaching through pain, teaching through challenges and problems. As being grows, develops, masters, and matures, problems, troubles, and issues also change and evolve accordingly. They become more refined and subtle. What inspires you the most that you want to achieve? When you have a goal, things start to get easier. But of course, just as we need goals, those goals have their own needs as well. For a goal to accomplish, there are some needs to be fulfilled. Certain requirements must be met. It's that simple. And every time you pursue a goal, every single time, two things will happen. You will either get the result that you wanted or the lesson that you needed. When you go after what you want, please hear this. You will either get the result that you wanted or you will get the lesson you needed. If the desired outcome is not present in your life, you need to learn the necessary lesson to achieve it. When you are preoccupied with self-pity, regrets, anger, and emotions, when you label every step as failure, a kind of inadequacy, you hide the lesson. You cannot learn the lesson, and the same failure repeats itself. Once upon a time, a student goes to a master and tells him, "You said life is like a school, But what's the difference between two? And the guru says as simple as this. Well, in school, you learn a lesson first, and then you take a test. Via practice or examination, it becomes clear whether it has been learned or not. But in life, you are given a test to see if you learned a lesson. Once you learn the lesson, you don't need to repeat the test. If it's not learned, the same experience will continue to present itself to you repeatedly. So there is no failure. There is only the lesson you need to learn in order to achieve what you want and aim for. How does that sound to you? Is it liberating or restrictive? In order to understand philosophical counseling and practices, we mentioned the philosophical heritage, thinking competencies, and actually the philosophical attitudes as well, the practical dimension of philosophy. In our trainings, we teach, demonstrate, practice, and experience some of the attitudes of thinking, the practical dimension of philosophy. What I've talked about a few minutes ago is an example of an attitude that there is no failure in life. In this mastermind group, we talked about one vital philosophical attitude last week. We experienced this attitude of thinking individually and evaluated its impact on each participant collectively, what we call as Platonic.